Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
And we're back with another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your host Ben Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, Tyler Wright. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So, not much to talk about.
Yeah, man. It's been a brutal couple of days for me and Tyler. Exactly. You know, we kind of work together, and our store's been shutting down, so we just been trying to make do with this bad weather.
Yeah.
This cold weather, man. I haven't seen nothing like it.
Listen, I think it's supposed to warm up though pretty soon, huh?
Oh yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the highest will be 45. So, hopefully.
So much better.
Yeah, exactly. But other parts of Mississippi is still getting hit hard. I know Jackson, they cutting off power and water in Jackson, so I don't know what's going on.
Groundhog was not playing.
He brought everything. Soon he showed his shadow. Saw his shadow. It was a wrap.
Really?
All right, let's dive into the topics for today. There was a splash this morning. Eagles have traded Carson Wentz to the Colts for a couple of draft picks. The draft picks were Eagles receive a 21 third-round pick, and the Eagles also receive a conditional 22nd second overall pick for next year, for the 2020 season. What y'all think about the trade?
I kind of like it for the Colts because it's kind of like low risk, high reward. Because if they only traded the second and the third for Carson Wentz and he ends up playing like he used to, that can be a big get for them.
Earlier, wasn't the Eagles was looking for a first round pick for Carson?
I thought they said they were at first.
Yeah, I thought so too. So I wonder they realized this market after teams wasn't I'm pretty sure all the teams probably hanging up they kept asking for a first. So I guess nobody won't worry about it. And I guess they were I guess we gotta come down on our price.
You think the Colts just did that trade because other quarterbacks weren't available, or just because
it might fit them really well, especially if they get Carson. Especially if they get the Carson Wentz the last two seasons, not this past season, but the last two before he got injured. It might be a big boost, man, because if he plays like the season he had when Foles took over in the playoffs, I mean, it could be Colts could be legit Super Bowl contender. God, they gave the Bills trouble, and their defense is awesome. They still need to add some more offensive weapons, especially at receiver. T.Y. Hilton, I don't know they gonna bring him back or not. And they get Carson. Jack Doyle is a very, very reliable tight end one. And Michael Pittman is up and coming. And of course Zach Parcell. He's a stud. He's a good not a slot receiver, but every down receiver. So it could be going really well for the Colts, especially if they add some more offensive pieces. That old line is great. That was what happened with the Eagles. The old line wasn't that good, and they were giving up sacks. That's why he put in Jalen Hurts. Guy, he was a little bit more mobile and gave the old line a little bit more time.
Yeah, because when Carson Wentz was good with the Eagles is when they had that really good O-line.
Exactly. If you get Carson Wentz time, man, he eat you up. It's just all about. I think that he got tired of the Eagles organization and Doug Pearson, and he just, especially when they drafted Jalen Hurts, man, he was just like, it's whatever. Yeah, I don't believe me. I just going somewhere else, and they just never really gave him any help. Alshon Jeffrey, they knew Alshon Jeffrey was phasing out, and they knew Deshaun Jackson was always injured, so it's not like they just put pieces around him.
They drafted Jalen Rieger over Justin Jefferson.
Exactly. Like, who in the right mind? They must not seen the LSU game, LSU Clemson game. They must not have. Cause there's no way. There's no way you pick Rager over Justin Jefferson.
I know they're serious.
Really, especially Eagle fans, and the Colts basically stole Wentz from the Eagles. I mean, a third round pick and a conditional second round pick for 2022. Come on, man. It just seemed like the. Go ahead.
It's definitely worth the risk for the Colts to me.
Oh yes, indeed. They need a quarterback, so why not take the risk? I mean, he got a high upside.
Yeah.
Where did he go? How high?
Yeah. Like MVP, he can get back to that MVP level high. He said, yeah.
I don't know if he will or not, but he's going to look good behind that other line, I think.
Did he not look unsettling when he was behind the Eagles O-line? He was throwing with a wide base.
And I guess that's what you could chalk that up to. Cause sometimes I say some of the stuff he was doing, it was just like bad technique. But I guess, like you said, it was unsettling being behind a bad O-line, so you can't really
you get happy feet back there. You get kind of antsy. And you're not looking downfield. You're looking at your O-line like, oh snap, I don't got that much time. Like Patrick Mahomes was doing. Patrick Mahomes was very antsy back there. He did not look comfortable, not one bit.
All right.
You think he's an upgrade over Phillip Rivers?
Oh yeah.
Phillip
Rivers' arm was declining, and he was just seemed kind of very, very slow in his not his decision making, but it just seemed like he couldn't push the ball downfield like he wanted to anyway. So once that goes, there's not much you can do. And you see what happened to T.Y. Hilton, man. He just dropped off the face of the planet. Like that was not a good matchup for Phillip Rivers and T.Y. Hilton at all. They just couldn't connect. They weren't on the same page for most of the season. So if you get Wentz, the 2019 Wentz, or even if you get the 2017 Wentz, when he threw for 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and he had a QBR rating of 101.9, that's awesome. Was it about 3 or 4 years removed? And like I said, in the 2019 season, he threw for 4,000 yards, and he had 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. If you get the 2019 wins, that's still good. And that's 2 years removed. That's only 2 years removed.
And I think because they have a pretty good running game, don't they?
Yeah, they have Jonathan Taylor.
So I'm saying, I think even if he doesn't get to back to that win, I think they could do like a run heavy team.
Mhm.
Kind of like this might be a bad comparison, but like Jimmy G and the 49ers.
You said the 49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah. They ran the ball to take pressure off Jimmy G, or even the Saints where they ran Latavius Murray and Kamara to get pressure off Drew. So if you have and Colts have a great old line, so they can create running lanes. The running ain't gonna be a problem. So they won't have to rely on Wentz heavily. And like I said, they just add a couple of receivers. That man Allen Robinson. If they can get Allen Robinson, bro,
most underrated receiver in the league. Probably the most underrated player in the league.
Yes, I compare him to Stephon Diggs. If they get Allen Robinson, oh my word, that opened up the offense so much. With Michael Pittman Jr. in the slot, come on.
Well,
now.
I feel like Al Robinson's kind of like, or Michael Pittman's kind of like the big receiver though. What do you think they'd want to get, like a faster guy, maybe?
Allen Robinson can run past you now. He can run some deep routes like Stephon Diggs. He can get down the field now.
What's some other? I mean, I could see him maybe picking up like Will Fuller too.
Yeah, Will Fuller would be a nice pickup, a deep threat. Cause Allen Robinson, he can run the whole route tree.
Yeah, I know he's a great receiver. He just ain't never had a quarterback.
Well, he had Mitch Trubisky, he had Blake Bortles, Chad Henne. Did he have Chad Henne? I think he did. I couldn't say that with a straight face. He had some horrible. He had some horrible quarterbacks. We'll just put it like that.
Not Chad Henne though. He was a good one.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Can't disrespect the GOAT, but
if you get Allen on the Colts, oh my word, Texans, y'all can forget about the division. Titans, now they'll get the Colts a run for the money, but I think the Colts will edge it out. And the Jazz, they're gonna be at the bottom. The Colts gonna be in the playoffs. Book it right here.
Yep.
Colts going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rolling. Wait, did you say they were gonna win the division or no?
I believe they're gonna win the division.
I believe that too.
Who's in their division? The Colts, the
Jaguars, and Tennessee.
The Texans.
Yeah, they'll probably win.
They should. What does it say about Jalen Hurts?
No. He next up.
I'm happy for him, man. I'm glad he's going to get his opportunity. I think he's going to work even harder. Dude already works so hard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a competitor. I'm always like Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to accept his role and he's going to take off.
Y'all are sold on Jalen Hurts. That's the question.
I like him.
Yeah.
That sounds very convincing at all. Y'all like, oh yeah, I guess, yeah, he's there. He's on quarterback in the house, yeah.
Well, I'm saying, can we really say, like, when you say sold on him, what you mean,
like he's your franchise quarterback that you gonna extend him to like a 5-year deal?
No.
Oh no, I don't know about that.
Not yet.
Y'all don't see that in his future? Y'all some fortune tellers. Y'all don't see that in his future? Y'all not seeing that?
I can see it, but I want to see a full year.
Right.
In this weak division, I mean, the Redskins gonna give him a fight. The Cowboys, they always finish about 8-8 or somewhere around there. So I believe it's gonna be a close race in the division again. I believe it all depends on who Washington quarterback is, and if they put somebody at the helm of that team, then I pick Washington. Then if Dallas signed Dak back, then I'm putting Dak at 2. I probably put Eagles at 3, and Giants come up to dead last.
Yeah, that division sucks.
Time will tell. I was high on Jalen Hurts coming out the draft. Pat myself on the back again. Tyler's my witness. No, I said he's a starter. He's a baller. He's a competitor. You want a competitor at that position. Guys, when you lead like that, your teammates follow. The teammates like to see a quarterback like that. That's why you see Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Drew. They all in the huddle too. They leading the team, and that's what Carson has to learn. He got to learn not to listen to the outside folks. He got to learn how to take over the team, and just be a natural born leader. It's something you work at. You just don't get it over time. And if he learn how to be more demanding and more vocal, then team gonna rally behind him too. Since the Eagles they traded for Carson Wentz. Since the Colts traded for Carson Wentz, that takes the Colts out of the race for QB. So they leave like Chicago, they leave Washington, Jacksonville, maybe the Falcons. Has Jameis stock, has it blown up since the Colts traded for Carson Wentz? Now there's not really a lot more quarterbacks out there.
I think so.
You think
Could you see somebody like Chicago throwing a bunch of money at them just because, like,
they need a QB?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Because, they already made a mistake once trading up for Mitchell Trubisky. So how they going to feel, how the owner or GM going to feel if, Matt Nagy like, yo, I need to trade up again. I need to get Fields, or I need to get Wilson, or I need to get Trey Lance. I need to get one of them guys.
Right.
The Bears went to the playoffs this year, so they picking in the 20s.
You think that Winston's going to sign before or after the draft?
Winston? Oh, I would say after the draft.
That's a long time, though.
I would say after the draft because teams, they kind of know who their quarterback situation is, and there's only like a slim choice of the teams that don't know for sure. And I can't see them signing Wentz. Jameis Winston, knowing they probably can get a young, valuable quarterback in the playoff in the draft. The only team that makes sense like that are the Saints, and the Saints can't pay them that much money, but the Bears can.
But the Saints been saying like, we would like him back, and we think he can thrive in this offense, whether they really believe that or not. But obviously they really want him back. You know what I'm saying? And I can't see the Saints not knowing who their quarterback is going to be.
This is a peculiar situation with Winston. Do you take the money, or you go to the almost sure thing playoff team with veterans and high intelligence and coach?
If I was Jameis and I knew that I was going to be the starter, I'd sign a 1-year deal with the Saints and then try to go for the money in the off season.
Yeah. Which I think, even like, think about it, like, who would be better, us with Winston or like Chicago with Winston?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, as far as like making it to the playoffs and being a better team, I feel like the Saints is his best choice. And he's been sitting behind Drew for a year, so I'm pretty sure he knows the offense.
Then somewhere down the road, the Saints could pay him more money.
Right.
It wouldn't be this year, like Taylor said, it'd be like a 1-year deal type thing. But I can see the Bears, Matt Nagy, trying to save his neck and throwing a boatload of money in Winston. And if you send a lot of money signs, how can you turn that down, knowing you can make more with the Bears than with the Saints?
I mean, you remember that big deal that Nick Foles got?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if he can get that, then so can Jameis.
He sure can. And the Bears
won the Super Bowl, though. Wait, did he get that? He got that after he won, huh?
Yes.
Was that the year after?
Then he went to Jazz. No, he went to Jazz. Paid him a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He won the Super Bowl.
He won the Super Bowl. The Jazz paid him a lot of money. Then the Jazz released him. Then he signed with Chicago.
Jameis ain't did nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true though. But he threw for 5,000 yards, and only a slim pick of quarterbacks threw for 5,000. That's just not a good situation. If I'm Jameis, I'm thinking about stability. Yeah, if I don't do well with Chicago, I might never get another chance with a starting job.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
and I'm pretty sure the Saints been telling him he's gonna be the starter.
Yeah. Who else in camp? Taysom. We already seen that that project happen, and it was a failure.
Right.
Jameis made the right decision. Don't look at money signs. Shoot the Saints.
Yeah, because if he has a big year with y'all, he's gonna get paid one way or another.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna make your money on the back end. May not be for the first season, but you definitely make it with a big contract in the end.
Right. And I feel like the Saints got a pretty bright future. Jameis is young. Kamara's young.
Kamara, MT. You know they're having the Saints finishing at the bottom, well, close to the bottom of the NFC. They say we're gonna have a huge drop off.
Depends who the quarterback is.
Right. We got the same team. Well, I don't know. We got a cap situation.
What situation would you what situation would the Saints be in if Jameis Winston did sign with the Bears?
A bad one.
You're going to draft a quarterback, man.
Oh man, I can't even think of a scenario where the Saints is going to the draft not knowing who their QB is. That is bad.
Y'all gonna sign Trubisky.
In that case, I will call Atlanta. I said, Atlanta, we know we division rivals, but let's not be outrageous here. We know you're trying to move Matt Ryan. Let's be civil about this. And I asked for Matt Ryan from the Falcons.
Nah, free my boy Deshaun.
Deshaun, he's chained down. They say he ain't going nowhere. So at that particular time, would you think the Falcons would trade Matt Ryan to the Saints? Now we already know the Falcons probably gonna make a play on the quarterback. That what they insinuating when they were talking about everybody's open for trade, and he said we open for trade talks for Matt Ryan and Julio.
They ain't trading, bro. They're not gonna trade in division.
Right.
Some team has before.
Yeah, but y'all are like big rivals.
Yeah, we can't stand each other. Even the mayors go at each other.
Man, you got to see the fans. Fans hate each other for real.
I know. Hey, as soon as I see a soccer fan, my nose turn up. I just look at him like, yeah, I bet you steal.
I bet you steal.
It's gonna be an interesting situation with especially for the draft. How many teams gonna trade up and try to get that guy? If the Broncos try to make a move in the draft, or they try to make a trade for either Matt Ryan, or they try to make a play for Zach Wilson or Fields, or one of them type of guys, because they feel like Drew Lock is not the answer. It seems like it's just a lot of uncertainty with people QBs this year.
How do you think Deshaun went to Denver?
I still think they wouldn't be that good.
They would.
Because of the division. I mean, you got Oakland, you have Chiefs. It's still be say again?
The Chargers too.
Chargers, it'll be a dog fight. I see if Sean went to the Broncos, they'll probably finish. Part of me say they will finish last, but I'm trying to give them a little credit and maybe finish third in the division. I feel like the Chiefs will be number one, the Chargers will be number two. Then maybe the Broncos. I feel like the Broncos and Raiders are interchangeable.
Broncos defense ain't that good anymore.
Yeah, they decent. You know, they might cut Von Miller. It's just wild how all these teams are jockeying for a position in their own divisions, and they need like one or two pieces to take them over the hump. Cause if Broncos get a QB, at least they probably 500 or so if they get depending on who they get. Then we look at the Cowboys situation with Dak. We don't know if Dak may come back or not. It just all depends on if they get a deal done or they franchise tag him. It's wild, man. And Aaron Rodgers, his whole mood swings and drama going on with him. It really just gonna come down. I think close to the when free agency hits or when the draft come around. I feel like that's when a lot of things gonna start moving. A lot of things gonna start shaping up. For some of these teams to have their roster in place before training camp.
Yeah.
Did they have training camp last year? No, they didn't. So I wonder they're gonna have training camp this year.
What month does the season start?
Say again.
What month does the season start?
September.
Yeah, September. The preseason's August.
And remember, they had no preseason games last year.
There's a lot of weird QBs. I don't remember I don't ever remember there being an off season where so many QBs were liable to be on the move.
Especially like household name quarterbacks.
Right.
That was so crazy about that. All you guys are been in the league for a couple of years, numerous years, and they finally getting traded or moved to another team, another situation. Like doing that edit for Carson Wentz today, it looks so weird. Like blue and white. I'm used to him seeing in green and black.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how he went from like a stud to nothing so fast.
Well, you know he had injuries too.
I know, it's just like I thought the Eagles, like, I'm not gonna say I'm the highest on him, but I feel like they might have given up on him a little bit too fast.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's move on to some NBA. We're gonna start off with Russell Westbrook. They still losing, but he's setting records. He's the current franchise leader in triple doubles is Darryl Walker. Walker recorded 15 triple doubles in 283 games for the Washington Bullets, and Westbrook should eclipse him by the end of the season. What's the deal with Westbrook that it doesn't matter what he do, the team just lose? Bradley Beal been tearing it up, but it seems like they just can't win games.
Just one man record.
Right. But I got my own theory on Russ is like he's like an AI type of player. Like he has to be the only superstar, and you have to build the whole roster around him.
Yep, because like that's what they were trying to do. That's why they were doing that small ball with the Rockets last year, because they were trying to not have a center, so the lanes would be open for Westbrook, so the paint wouldn't be clogged. So we basically tried to build our roster around him.
Right, and like it's kind of bad because in the league today, you have to have superstars, multiple superstars to win. So
Yeah.
he's just kind of in a bad spot because, like, if you do that, if you get it just like OKC did, he was dropping all those triple doubles. That's a first round exit every time. So he's just in a bad spot. If you ask me.
Is this gameplay just not compatible on how you play team ball like basketball? Is the gameplay just not compatible with team ball? Is that y'all think that's what it is? Is it really just one-on-one gameplay like every single time?
You know, like, I've heard that everybody that plays with him always says he's a good teammate. That's the thing. I think he just, like, you want people to have dog in him, but he has too much dog in him. Like, you don't know how to chill out.
You don't know how to turn it off?
No, you don't know how to, like, tone it down a little bit.
You that dude, you get on the court, you be like, all right, we're like, it's cheers. But he is the most disrespected superstar ever, though.
He is. Dustin, let me ask you a question. What do you think? Why do you think Russell Westbrook can't fit in with certain teams? Like, is it his gameplay style or is it just his whole demeanor?
I think his gameplay style. His gameplay style and his lack of development through the years, because he can only really do one thing. I mean, he has to be ball dominant. He can't really play off the ball well at all. He's a good rebounder, as we all know, but his game depends so much on his athleticism. And then he has a really dominant personality, kind of makes him hard to, well, at least in the past, it's made him, harder to match with, other superstars. The fact that he's never really seen a shot he didn't like, but I don't think he's being realistic with himself and knowing that, like, he doesn't really have a dependable shot outside of 15, 20 feet, from the basket.
Yeah, I agree that his style of play doesn't fit well with other superstars. That, like you saying prior, that he sees a shot that he does not like. So he think all his shots are 100% the right choice.
Right.
It's hard. What y'all think about this idea of him coming off the bench or running the second team instead of being with the first team?
I'd actually like him off the bench on a championship caliber thing. Like, I like him off the bench because he coming off the bench, he could have kind of like Pop did with Manu.
Mm-hmm.
In Spurs golden years. Like, if he come off the bench, he got he has green light, and he puts a spark, and that way when the other team superstars are on the bench, you still have a superstar, at least all-star caliber player in the game that can, make a
score.
big impact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taylor, do you think he'll ever come to that point in his life where he's like he'd take a back seat?
Maybe not right now, but maybe in a couple of years when he figures out that he's going to try to ring chase maybe at the end of his career. I could see that, but not right now.
He'll pull a Melo.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
He's just a different player.
To me, Westbrook got more. Now go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I was just saying that I just don't know, like, the way his personality is just too dominant. Like, I just don't know if he could accept that role.
Yeah, I agree. To me, he has kind of that, Allen Iverson type personality where he's not coming off the bench, and if it means he's not getting the ring. Because Allen, that's my boy. But Allen Iverson was supposed to be on that that Heat team that beat the Mavericks that year in the finals, you know, they wanted him, but they wanted him to come off the bench. And AI was like, nope.
We ain't having it.
I don't know. Maybe it's me and my pride, but I wouldn't come off the bench either.
He said you.
I'm Allen Iverson. No, I'm not coming off the bench.
Well, I'm saying for like, yeah, I understand AR, Kobe, like guys like that. But Westbrook though, he's just killing offenses.
But that's
I
true.
mean, to me, he's not really that great of an offensive player, in my opinion. Cause, I mean, he just.
Always attack mode.
Right now, he's just faster. He's just faster than everybody. You know, to me, he doesn't really have any type of finesse. I mean, if you look at his highlights, he's not gonna cross anybody up or anything. He's just gonna more like one dribble going past you. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Though he's always in attack mode, and you gotta learn. You gotta learn when to cut that off. Sometimes you gotta know when to pull the ball back. You gotta know when to dish it out to be a facilitator. You can't always attack. Like it's just not good basketball. It's like if you was a Kobe, like you the Black Mama. Of course he's in attack mode because he has the skill to make any shot on anywhere on the court. But Westbrook, you don't have that. You don't have the skill where you knock down mid-range jump shots consistently. Where you knock down threes consistently. You try to change your game by banging in shots, but that don't really work for you. That works for you sometimes, but we can't have 50-50. You need at least about 70-80. So it's just it's frustrating, man. Say again.
I'll play devil's advocate with y'all. Would y'all say that those years with KD were successful years?
You said successful years? Who? KD and who?
Those years Russ was with KD and OKC.
Yeah, I'll say they were. I feel like they could have won more if Russell Westbrook would pull back more. I told you that game versus the Cavs, where it was the clock was running now. KD is the man. Westbrook had the ball. KD calls for the ball. Russell waves him off. When I seen that, I said, "That's it. KD's leaving this year." I seen it on KD, his whole demeanor. When Russell waved him off so he can take the last shot, I said, "Nah, that's a wrap. It's not gonna work."
Well, imagine how much different the franchise would have been if they would have traded Westbrook instead of Harden early on.
I think they probably won like 2 championships with Harden and KD. That team was good. That team can play defense too.
Well, I'm saying, check this out.
Yeah, they had a lot of good role players.
Right, but they were 3 up. They were up 2-1 on the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Russ was balling. KD folded.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they did make it to the championship, and Westbrook, he decided he wanted to take the last shot, not KD. And at that point, KD was coming into his own.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Draymond. I spent too much time on Westbrook on a losing team.
Come on.
I'm just saying,
I agree though, man. It's no situation, it's very few situations, and I mean even amongst their NBA peers, there's very few situations where you don't want KD taking the last shot, especially over Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody that's 50% from the field that you don't know if he's gonna go in or go out. But Draymond, he has this whole issue with the NBA owners, and I'll just reread his comments. They asked him in an interview, and he said, "I would like to talk about something that's really bothering me. It's the treatment of players in this league. To watch Andre Drummond before the game sit on the sideline and go to the back and come out in street clothes because a team is going to trade him is bullcrap. Green went on to say that to talk about James Harden's situation in Houston, because when James Harden asked for a trade and essentially dogged it, he said, "I don't think there was no explicative. Nobody's going to fight back that James dogged it in his last days in Houston, but he was castrated for wanting to go to a different team. Everybody destroyed that man." Green said that players should be treated with same respect as the same rights as a team has. As a player, you're the worst person in the world when you want a different situation, Green said. But a team can say that they're trading you, and that man has to stay in that situation, and they want us to be professional about it. But his career is on the line. At some point, this league has to protect their players from embarrassment like that. Who want to take a crack at this first? Tyler, you go ahead. You come on down.
I agree with what he's saying. I just think he's missing an aspect of it to where a lot of the people that be like berating these players be like on social media. They be like writers and stuff. So I don't see what the NBA could do about them berating the players. Like maybe they could fine them. I don't know how that would work. But he has a point. I agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I agree a lot with what he's saying. I disagree with him a little bit on the Harden situation because I still, you still the owner is still your employer, and you still have to be professional. But I do agree with him on players. Players shouldn't be, berated as they are when they ask for a trade. And, especially if it's for the betterment of their career. And like I said, it's a business. Well, it should go both ways. If you're gonna say that. But with the Andre Drummond situation, I think he missed the boat with that because I think the Cavs are actually doing him a favor because he's about to be an upcoming free agent. They already let him know they're moving in another direction. So if they continue to play him, he's gonna come off the bench. His stats are gonna decline. He runs the risk of injury. So in the Andre Drummond situation, I think they're treating it the best way possible in Andre Drummond's best interest. But besides that, I totally agree with Draymond in this situation.
Yeah.
Taylor, what you say?
I agree with Draymond about it is kind of double standard a little bit. But, they're trying to trade Andre Drummond. I know they don't want to play him because they don't want to risk him getting hurt. So, I can see why that would happen. It's not like he's, sitting out and not getting paid or something. He's still getting paid. And if I was Andre Drummond, I'd be happy because, I'm going to probably go to a contender instead of the Cavs,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm down the middle. I see both sides. We are humans, and you do treat people with respect. As a owner, you shouldn't be telling people lies, or the GM shouldn't be telling people your employers lies that you're not gonna get traded or you're not gonna do this or do that, then go behind their back and do something totally different. That's very backstabbish and downright underhanded. But on the other hand, I look at it that they are paying you, and you do work for them. So it's just like either any other type of job. We got to pull up with bull crap and still come to work. But at the end of the day, we getting paid. We still got to do our job. But with that being said, I also feel like to me, it's all about how you go about asking for a trade. If you want to out of a situation, I feel like it's all about how you present yourself. You can be professionally and ask for a trade. I see players, do it all the time, they just come out and say, yeah, I would like to be traded. We just not a good fit. You can do it. It's a certain way you can ask to be traded. You know, you don't gotta be do crypto text or dog your teammates like who was that? Like like Harden was like beefing with Wall about that. Like the whole Harden situation, him acting out and going to strip clubs, stuff going to practice. Like it's a certain way you can act. You can act if you want to get traded out. And I feel like that you should you should just have a mutual respect for your employer, and your employer should have a mutual respect, for the employee. So it's not really a wrong or right in my opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I was just gonna say I agree with you, especially on the point, same time the organization shouldn't be lying to you talking about they're not gonna trade you because you gotta those players have families and livelihoods they have to consider.
Mm-hmm.
And then imagine like getting traded from your family. You got family and kids in school in LA, and then it's like you're not gonna trade you, and then you hear about you out
on the radio going to work.
Yeah, and you hear, oh yeah, you play for the Knicks now. You just like what?
I couldn't imagine, bro. I would be irate. I ain't gonna lie. If I was in the NBA and I'm like heading to the practice facility and like an officer pulled me over or something, like, oh man, he like, oh, you still in town? I'm like, what you talking about? Like, oh man, you got traded to so and so. I'm like, bro, I'm about to do 100 miles per hour right now to the facility.
They traded Harrison Barnes mid-game. Like, he was on the bench.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, that did happen. Like, bro, you couldn't wait till after the game? Like, so that's really, like, some underhand stuff. Like, I think employers forget about that. Employees have feelings, they have emotions. Now, I know we asset, cause they millionaires. So if you own a company, you have assets. You have just like stock. When that stock go down, you want to get rid of it, right? You just want to do brush your hands, wipe your hands away with it. But these are humans and they have feelings. So you gotta really just be real. I feel like you be real with somebody, especially if it's about money, then they gonna understand. They're like, hey man, I gotta cut you. Like, I don't just be upfront with you. I gotta cut you guys. We about to be over the cap, and our situation. We trying to improve the team, and we just can't really keep you. We want you to have time to go to a better situation. It's a business. When we talking money, people understand. The money talks, right? It just some of the organizations like the Texans, like I usually take the organization side. Cause I feel like sometimes you just gotta come to work and just do your job. But what the Texans did at Washington, I was really hot about that. And Washington handled it perfectly, in my opinion. He didn't come out and say he wanted to trade until they broke their promise, until they backstabbed him and went back on their word. That's when he was, he wanted to get out. But he still handled it professionally, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another aspect. I think players just need to remember, no matter what, whether it's getting a good PR agent or whatever, just go about it professionally. So do your best not to be painted as
the villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to keep your stock up.
God, trust me, a lot
once
of
your stock goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once your stock goes down, then it's gonna be hard to trade you.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to make everybody happy.
And trust me, most of the time, fans will take the player's side. It just depends on how the player acts. If they act like babies, then the fans not going to relate to you because you're getting paid millions. It's not like that you on a normal job where if I run into another person and I tell them about my day, about how my employer, was doing some bull crap, and they had me some things that, they had me doing things that wasn't in my job description, or it wasn't my place to do it, then they can sympathize with you. But if you making millions and you kind of like a baby, we can't sympathize with you because we're like, bro, you still getting paid. They just franchise tag you, but you still getting 31 million. Like you gotta learn who your fan base is, and once the fans understand your struggle or they understand your plight, And most of the time they will because they fans. They love your play. They love who you are. So they're gonna side with you. But if you start acting like childish and being a big baby about it and griping and complaining and tweeting every 5 minutes or so, then we're not gonna hear you out.
Right.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see how. I don't see things getting better. It's been done for ages. I don't see nothing changing.
No, I mean,
You can't find a.
I mean, it take another Michael Jordan, LeBron caliber player come in to make further changes because I mean, really, that's the only reason players have as much power as they do now because
Yeah, because of LeBron, like LeBron and Cleveland nothing. He won him a championship, so him asking out of town wasn't it wasn't a big deal because the fans were happy like, hey, we got a championship, we good. You know what I'm saying? They were happy. We won. We fine. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
Cleveland
won't never get another one.
Between the Browns and the Indians, man, they happy. They have anything they can get, man. They appreciate it.
Yeah, they appreciate it. They can get it. They say, hey, that's all we need. I just wanted this to happen in my lifetime. Speaking of LeBron, he came out. Lakers and Nets do have a game tonight. They asked Brian about the Brooklyn Nets, and of course, LeBron being LeBron, when they asked him about facing the Brooklyn Nets tonight, they said, do the Nets have the most offensive firepower in NBA history? Then LeBron, in a little smart comment, he said, we forgot about KD, Steph, and Clay already. All right. See, I see right through this crap right here.
Oh, my goodness.
You know why he brought that up? You know why he said it like that?
Hey, I actually agree with Ben on this one.
Hold on.
I agree with this one.
You know why he said that, right?
I know what you're about.
I see through bullcrap now. That's like one of my special talents. I see through bullcrap. He brought that up like that because he lost to him. He's the one who lost to him in the finals. He's trying to save his legacy.
And because he beat him
what was
one
the
time.
actual question?
They asked.
What's the question? Who's better or who has the most firepower?
They said, how they put it? Do the Brooklyn Nets have the most offensive firepower in NBA history? He lost to him. That's why he brought up Curry and KD and Clay. He trying to save his legacy. Hey man, I went up against the most offensive firepower in history. Blah blah blah. He trying to save face, man. Come on, man. You can't bullcrap me, LeBron.
Ben, I actually kind of agree with you on this one. I really think he was like saying that because he's like, yeah, they beat me all these times, and he beat them one time or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he was doing that so he like take his
boost his own head, boost his own legacy.
I see what y'all saying, but to be fair, I feel like, okay, you got to look at it like this. Steph is the best shooter ever, hands down. Clay is like top 3 shooter ever, and he's like one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. And KD's a top 10 player all time. So can you really take that away from him?
But still, he's making it by himself though. It's not even about the Nets or the Warriors. He's making it by himself. And
I gotta agree. I was saying I gotta agree with you on this one a little bit, man. LeBron, man. One thing I can give LeBron is that he is like the best with his answers when being interviewed. He knows the exact right thing to say without saying it.
Meticulous. That's what it is.
That's exactly what he did.
And I was waiting for somebody to call him out on Twitter or something, and I was like, how y'all not see that? Because he acting like Kyrie's a scrub when Kyrie hit a game winner for him. So I feel like
I mean, and then that's another thing. I think you throwing shade at Kyrie too.
yeah, I mean Kyrie. So if you list your point guards, is Kyrie like is him and Curry like interchangeable, like 1 and 2?
No, if you had to pick who you pick,
I mean, I'll take Curry. Damn, over Kyrie.
I'll take Curry
that's
too, but I feel like a lot of people take Kyrie. Not now because it's the antics. They feel like he's a big baby, but we'll say before all the antics and fall, he all went crazy on the media and all his mental illness, which mental is a big issue. But I'm saying before he had all these problems, they would have Kyrie probably 1 or 2.
I mean, I still if I got another superstar on my team, I put it like this: to play with KD, me personally, I still think KD. I still think KD loves playing with Steph the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think Draymond ruined that, but
Exactly.
I think Steph, man.
Then let's not forget.
Playing off the ball, doesn't mind deferring, and then he knocked down whether he playing, whether he doesn't have to have the ball to be a knockdown shooter.
That's
so
true.
I think everybody just loves playing with Steph, and then his type of personality he has, and
having a good time.
Yeah.
I see what
I
you're
think
saying.
the only ball would be the Steph.
My bad, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I see what y'all was saying. I feel like you really couldn't go wrong with either one. Like, I don't think you could just say he's wrong for saying that they have the most firepower and they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because you could really go with either one. But I do see what y'all saying, because if it were me, I probably would have did the same thing. Like, yeah, I'd say them too, because they beat me so many times.
Exactly. Then he acting like, all right, so I'm going to ask y'all this. Who y'all rather have, Clay or Harden?
Don't even ask me that, man. Come on.
Gatwood don't want to hear the answers.
man, if Harden playing like he's playing right now, shoot, I go with Harden right now.
Yeah, I'm going with Harden.
The way he playing, like, if you asking me Houston Harden, I'd probably pick Clay. But the way he playing right now, and the way he's playing the point guard position, and deferring to Kyrie and KD, I've actually been very impressed with his play. So I go with James Harden.
He hasn't been playing selfish at all. No, he been wanting to get other people on the ball.
They can guard the other team's best players, though.
I understand, but I'm saying though, if you scoring, in basketball a little bit different for football. If your offense is better than defense, then the offense is gonna win every single time. So I ain't worried about that. If Harden and KD and Kyrie light it up, then I don't really worry about that as much.
Yeah, that's what makes them so dangerous. Like, at any given moment, they can all ice on you if they on board you.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Harris is 49% from 3.
Exactly. So LeBron coming out and said that, I saw right through it. I'm like, man, I wish I was in that media room. I'm gonna say I would recommend. I'm like, are you saying it for them? Or are you saying it for you?
Oh my God, Brown would kick you out.
But also, you can't put them above the Warriors' big three because they haven't won nothing yet.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. That's a very good statement. They haven't won anything, but he actually threw shade on them. That was actually like a little slight too. For
did y'all feel like he threw shade?
I
would too.
like Kyrie, but I think Kyrie deserved it because Kyrie is on
threw
plenty
shade
shots hard.
And so has KD.
Yeah. But KD and LeBron, they got more of a friendly rivalry. I think Kyrie get a little more disrespectful with his shade.
He has disdain for LeBron. He has disdain for LeBron.
You can tell because they playing right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like LeBron was shooting the technical free throws, and he missed one. And so Kyrie turned to like the other players and was like, "This y'all best free throw shooter."
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh,
What made this relationship go south so fast? Like, I don't understand. I really don't see. I don't see the point where it went south.
Either.
I don't understand how I got to this point, to be honest. Even though I love it, but I don't understand how I got to this point. Because everybody was still getting Kyrie praise for that shot. They wouldn't give LeBron credit.
I mean, you give Kyrie praise for the shot, but I mean, I don't, and I thought maybe after the whole Boston stint, Kyrie would ease up when he saw like how much of the media and everything LeBron took the blunt on, especially like everything that goes wrong, asking LeBron all the questions. They weren't asking him all the questions. Like, he took a bunch of the pressure off Kyrie to the point where Kyrie, all he had to do was worry about playing.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron, put the rest on his shoulders. And then, I think that he was trying to I do think that LeBron was genuinely trying to help Kyrie better his game and become more dynamic with his game and become, more of get a little bit more Chris Paul in his game, so to speak.
Well, he must say it the wrong way or something. Cause Kyrie, he took that as disrespect.
It's just, I feel like it's just hard playing with Bron. They win, Bron get all the credit. They lose, then it's everybody else's fault. And Bron can be kind of passive aggressive too. So
yeah, he do say stuff on the sly. Yeah. The score right now between the Nets and Lakers is the Nets are up 70, and the Lakers have 53. So it looks like the Nets are pulling away without KD. And that's what the Lakers don't have AD too. So
I feel like the Lakers are gonna fall off a little bit until after All-Star break, because I think Bron already has expressed his, that he doesn't want to play in the All-Star. He doesn't think he has to. I think the morale is low, on the Lakers right now. So I don't think they're gonna pick back up till after All-Star anyway.
Yeah, LeBron checking through.
And then they know they got a little. He knows he's gonna make the playoffs. Like, right now in the West, they don't really have any competition outside of the Jazz and the Clippers and maybe the Suns.
Yeah, and LeBron, he focuses on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scoring record right now, so he's shooting a lot of threes. He breaking a lot of threes.
Well, you hear about that? Try to do a Dame time for your airball.
Logo LeBron. Hey, Logo LeBron. Boy, he said I can do it too. Let me pull up real quick. Oh, nope, it was short. Hey, he looked at his hand like.
No, it just slipped, bro. His hand was sweaty, bro. It slipped.
What you got to say?
When you shoot a ball like that, you gotta rub your hands on your shorts, man. You gotta like, dang, man, my hand's sweaty. Man, he's crazy. Airball that. Oh, Logo LeBron.
It wasn't even one of them good-looking airballs.
What's so bad about it was he left the gooseneck up. Like, yeah, boy, better go in.
Hey, so you ain't never shot an airball before and it was looking nice at first?
Nah, mid-court. Actually, I may have mid-court shot before in the game. So I don't have that experience.
You say you never shot an airball in the game.
I want to ask Tyler what he wants to say right now. I know what his line is right here.
They hate greatness, bro.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Do y'all think the Jazz the best team in the West?
Right now,
I
as
think
far
they're
as the
the best
regular
team in the
season.
league.
Oh yeah, I agree.
For now.
So y'all see them not making it far in the playoffs? Y'all think they're gonna fall off like they usually do?
Man,
Western Conference Finals
I
is their ceiling.
agree.
Well, that's pretty good
I
ceiling
could be
then.
wrong, but I agree.
That's a good ceiling though, compared to last year.
It depends on if AD situation. If AD stay hurt like throughout the playoffs, then they really got a chance to come out the West.
Yeah.
That's true. And it really just all depends on how good Donovan Mitchell comes out and play.
I like Donovan Mitchell, man. He has yet to shrink on the big stage, and he's young still.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like but from what I was seeing from last year playoffs, it just seemed like his game was just not enough to uplift the team, to put him on his back and uplift them.
I mean,
So I think that what Shaq was talking about.
I mean, I feel like he did all. That was a tough series. I mean, I think Jamal Murray just had to. I mean, just
The it factor.
barely outplayed him just enough to win that series. Because I mean, pretty much, man, it was him. It was him and Jamal Murray just going tit for tat. A lot of those games, and I think Jamal Murray just ended up winning that one. Yeah, that was fun to watch. That was by far my favorite series in the playoffs last year to watch.
I think it's just he's really the only scorer on their team. Like somebody that can just go get their own bucket.
Clarkson.
Mm-hmm.
Did he play for them last year? Did Jordan Clarkson play for them last year?
No, I don't think he played for them last year. I think this is first year.
They got Jordan Clarkson now, so that should help. And Jordan Clarkson just dropped 40 the other night, so
he's averaging 18
that
off
was
the bench. He might get 6 man this year.
that was good.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
It was. So we all know Michael Jordan's birthday was yesterday. MJ legacy. We seen how he changed the world, changed culture. For the people that don't know, he was a 6-time NBA champion. He's sitting on the finals, 6-time finals MVP, the most in the league. In the history of NBA, 5-time MVP, 14 times All-Star, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, 10-time first team All NBA, 9 times first team All Defensive, 10-time scoring champ, the most in NBA history, the 5th most points ever, and the first billionaire player ever. No, we talking about MJ legacy. Man, for me, growing up as a kid, he definitely changed, how I looked at the game of basketball. I remember being in 5th grade, and I wore number 13. Then I switched to 23. Then when I went to high school, my first number in 9th grade was 23. So that's how much an impact he made on my gameplay, and just wanted to be a natural born leader and work on my skill play. And yeah, I grew up watching the Bulls. They were my favorite team at the time because of MJ. Then, as y'all know, when Kobe came along, I went to the Lakers. So MJ, he definitely changed the game, the course of a lot of young people lives, and start a whole new fashion culture change too.
Yeah, he did. He really, ascended to popularity at the NBA, and especially in making it,
Mm-hmm.
big as the global sport is definitely changed the sneaker game up. You know,
You
signing with Nike. Best thing he did. I'm glad he didn't go to Adidas. Cause,
Adidas. Hey, that's my brand. And y'all remember, his Gatorade commercials? You remember if y'all saw somebody drinking Powerade, you kind of look down on them. You like, man, you drinking Powerade, dog. Like you gotta get some Gatorade. It was all because of Mike. You just seen them Gatorade commercials, bro. You gotta have a Gatorade. If your mom bought you Powerade, you're not taking that to school. Man, they think you poor.
That's kind of crazy.
everybody wants to be like Mike.
Everybody want to be like Mike. Don't get caught drinking Powerade. Come on. And I remember Dustin. You remember in high school you always stick your tongue out. Hey, and coach. Hey, remember that? Hey, coach gonna say, "All right, keep sticking that tongue out. You gonna bite it off."
Hey, I got a question for y'all. As somebody that had watched, y'all watched him like play games like on TV.
Mhm.
What was that like to watch him play?
Dude, it was amazing. Like you always felt like he gonna pull it out at the end. It was like you never thought he was gonna lose. Every time he stepped on the court, you knew he was gonna pull on the show and just carry the team, just do whatever it takes. It was really spectacular. Like I said, I was like 7 or 8, so I got to saw like the whole Bulls. I got to saw the whole Bulls 6 championships, man. And my dad used to videotape them, so we still have the VHS tapes of all the Bull games. It was wild.
Yeah, he's just like a superhuman. Like you always felt like he was gonna win. You felt like he was gonna make every shot, and it just felt like no other player, in the league could touch him.
Like when the whole world stops just to watch you play, that says a lot. Like I said, I was young, man. When I watched them, like real time on my box set TV, sitting on the floor in front of the couch, man, my mouth was just open, like I'm in awe. I was just like, man, MJ, this dude, unbelievable. Like I'll MJ everything. It was just as a kid, just watching him play, you just like you know why they made that commercial. You want to be like Mike Kai. After I watched one of his games, the next day I just try to work on my turnaround jump shot. That was like my favorite go-to move, no lie. You can ask my dad. In middle school, I had a mean fadeaway. I seen MJ do it. I wanted to do everything like MJ. So I worked hard on that fadeaway. And I didn't grow anymore, so it was kind of hard to shoot fadeaways over over people who ain't taller than me. So, but in middle school, man, I'll back you down and hit that mean fadeaway on you. Then I chew gum. I had my piece of gum. I used to chew gum when I play.
I bet they go.
One dude hit me, made me swallow my gum. I was like, okay.
Hey, gum ain't got no taste. He's just chewing.
Just chewing it, boy. I was trying to tell you, I had to pop a piece in my mouth for you. I popped that piece. I'm ready to go. It was just like the whole and people don't realize like how players now is about the armbands and the headbands. Like you gotta have your style right. MJ really, to be honest, MJ when he started wearing that armband, everybody was just they had to go get armbands. That's when everybody like, all right, I'm working on my style. Like this is my style. The shooting sleeve. I'm wear this type of socks, these type of shoes. When you saw MJ with the armband, you want to wear an armband too. I wore 2 of them when I played in middle school. What was y'all favorite MJ moment?
For me, definitely that last game he played with the Bulls in that game winner, Game 6 over the Jazz after the crossover.
Mine too, man. I was so hyped. Me and my dad was jumping up and down when he made that shot. I don't know, y'all remember he stole the ball from Carmelo on the defensive end. Then he brought the.
Yep.
Then he got the ball back on the offensive end, and that's when the shot happened. He everybody said it was a push off. Now Brian Russell was going to pass him anyway. Somebody said he just tapped him on the butt and told him good game. Tyler, you got one?
I was gonna say that one, but I'd probably say the double nickel he dropped in the Garden.
Oh
When
yeah.
he first came back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Then miss a beat. And also the dunk contest, the second one. Flight, when he took off on the free throw line.
Yeah.
Jump man. Yeah. Now you see that's the logo now. So that definitely has been the top 5. Even though it won the real game of the dunk contest.
Then when he hit that triple between the legs on Larry Bird.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that was nice. Hey, he had Larry Bird calling him God in a jersey.
And when Bird give you high pride.
Michael Jordan.
Exactly, man. It just, man, that was real basketball. Everybody was competitive. There wasn't friends. Seemed like every team had some type of beef with you, and every team if you were the Bulls or the Lakers or Celtics, like every team want to try to knock you off and get a piece of you. Man, I feel like that's how sports should be played. It shouldn't be all buddy and shouldn't be, you know, we hanging out after that. No, it's like y'all can hang out in the off season, but during the regular season, don't test me, don't call me. We guys. My mind's on one thing. That's being you, especially if you're the best team in the NBA. We can shake hands after the game, whatever, but we're not gonna eat after the game. I'm trying to take it to you.
Yeah,
I like.
Go ahead, Taylor. You didn't say your moment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't watch him like y'all did live, but I watched this clip when like he was like at the All-Star game or something like that, and he was in the locker room with Mutombo, and Mutombo was talking about how he hadn't postered him yet, and then like later on in the year, Jordan dunked on Mutombo and gave him the finger wag. I like that.
What's so funny, man? Like you tell Jordan stuff and he remember it. If you said anything, just anything like nonchalantly, he gonna take it. He gonna write it down, and he gonna remind you when he see you and after he done it to you.
If you didn't say anything to him, he said he'd make up a narrative just to make himself mad.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
He gonna find a way to take it personal now.
Oh, you walked right past me while speaking to me, and that's why I took it personally.
Man, you didn't buy your kids my shoes for Christmas.
Hey, there, you didn't buy your kids my shoes for Christmas.
Hey, it's so funny, y'all. I'm sure y'all know Brandon Maxwell, huh?
Yeah.
Man, Max. I guess he used to try to get into it with Mike every game they would play, try to get him off his game. One time he tried to fight Mike during the game, and then like after the game he brought his son in to like sign some shoes for him.
Yeah.
So Mike was like, I don't know what's wrong with this dude. He must be crazy because he tried to fight me every time and did. And then he tried to give me the sign and stuff. But that just goes to show like the respect that them, like everybody has for him.
Yeah. It just especially with the rails and watching the documentary, it shows some other stuff, but it also shows some to me it basically shows you a life of a competitor. If anybody plays sports, man, you have a split personality. It's just how it is, guys. When I didn't play sports, when I was off the court, off the field, I was laid back, cracking jokes, just being myself. But when I got in the game mode, it was just a different animal, man. I was outspoken, I was heated, competitive, ready to fight. It don't matter. So athletes, we just have split personality. It just, you have to in order to get your mind right and get into that, get that competitive juice flowing. And to me, that documentary was just real. It just showed that, you know, Michael's human. He just like anybody else, but he just make a lot of money.
Oh, for real.
Goat talk. All right, guys. Show notes. Anything y'all want to bring up or talk about before we end the show?
MJ's the GOAT.
MJ is the GOAT. No question.
Definitely.
Tyler got MJ's on his feet right now.
Nah, bro.
And he had J's on his feet right now. No LeBrons.
See, hey, look, every time, bro.
The only pair of LeBrons I've ever owned was that pair we had to wear in in high school.
Yes. VOL. Comment on the show and comment, on our post. And I want every last one of y'all to ask Tyler how many pairs of LeBron shoes does he own?
Don't do that, y'all.
Do it for me. Ask him how many pairs of LeBron shoes does he own, and that's his favorite player. That's his GOAT. Just let.
No, Jordan's my GOAT.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought LeBron was your GOAT.
That's surprising.
That surprised me too. But ask him, please. Ask him how many pairs of LeBron shoes he owns. Y'all be shocked. I'm not gonna tell y'all answer. I'm gonna let him tell y'all.
You wilding right now.
Hey, when people come to the store, they look at some bronze. I be like, y'all don't want those. Nobody wearing. Nah, you don't want those.
Oh my God. You trying to make up Brian money?
Yeah, y'all don't want those, man. They bulky and they big. You see how big the shoebox is? Y'all don't want those. Let me point y'all in the right direction.
Straight to the Harden.
Oh, here's go buy some Harden, though.
He's straight to the Harden. Oh man.
How many Kawhis y'all sell?
Man, we had shipped them things out. we didn't sell none. We shipped them most right out. Hey, they probably went to Nike warehouse. I mean, they probably went back to New Balance warehouse. We didn't sell not one. Not one. Not even an order. They're doing well. I'm like, dang, Kawhi, you should sign with Nike or Adidas or even Under Armour, bro. Like, Joel Embiid, at least his shoes look kind of clean, Not kind of. They look normal. They look like a regular basketball shoe, but you can match them pretty well with your gear.
Nobody's buying Joel Embiid.
Nobody's not, but they not an ugly shoe, though. You got to admit.
It ain't no bad shoe.
It's not. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to VOL Sportscast. We are on most social media platforms. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Just type in VOL and type in Sportscast. Don't type in Force of the Fans because it's not going to pull us up. Just type in VOL Sportscast, and we'll pull up on those social media platforms. And we are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, and most major podcast networks. So check us out, scream us, tell your family and friends about us, tell your coworkers, just spread the word. We appreciate the love and the support. Thanks for checking us out. Until next time, guys.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.